Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024, 6:25 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:25 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning, and how are you doing? Audio visual check is good. Awesome. Someone commented on a video that I had an echo. If I have an echo, y'all let me know so I can work on it. Good morning, Rebby. Hey, Shake and Bake. Hey, Tom, Greg. Hey, Night Truck, Mark, Topher, Hector, Bull Strikes, Baseball, Jim, Donald, One Liner. Hey, Paula, Dollar Tree Farmer, Mal, Cliff, Sam, Mike, Mrs. B Local, Dino. Oh, no echo. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. Thank you. I think sometimes I don't have the mic as close to my mouth as I should because, as you can imagine, it's kind of annoying to have it right in your face, but I think it works better like that. Hey, Nugget. Yeah, I think y'all wear those headphones. Y'all can really hear things so crisp, so y'all probably are the ones hearing the echo. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Do we have any chart requests? Cliff, hi. You gave me those sweet hands, and that stupid Nightbot doesn't like emoji. Sorry about that. PLTR. Thank you, MG. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling out the good one and not the bad one. I did SoFi as well, and that did not work, but that's okay. The Tesla one worked well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, PLTR. I keep having this one on my watch list. It was right here this morning. I've had it, and it's just, I haven't gotten clarity. So this morning, I'm like, just take it off your screen. So on the weekly, we have room for a potential higher low compared to 22.29. This is just not what you want to see. This was a potential weekly bull flag. It still could be, I guess, technically. And we got that tiny higher high, look above and fail. So yesterday we came down. We're looking for a daily higher low. We're holding the 12 EMA. We got a lower wick of bulls buying the dip yesterday, and they are at least maintaining yesterday's low. And this goes for every name we're looking at. We could do this. Are they holding yesterday's low? Yes or no? And if they are, they go on the bull list. PLTR on the bull list. Apple. Let me draw Apple. It's probably easier than writing it. Oh, my drawing skills are terrible. Apple is on the bear list. So PLTR is holding yesterday's low. So that puts it in a different category than most because a lot of names like the indices are gapping down. I mean, do y'all see it? This could be a 30-minute falling wedge. You just really want to see it hold the low of yesterday. As long as it's holding the low of yesterday, I think you could attempt a long for the daily higher low. DIS is not the same as PLTR because DIS got an upgrade yesterday. Yes, well, I see what you're saying. Yes, they're holding the low of yesterday, but they're a little more bullish than PLTR. Let's see. I know y'all can hear my voice when it starts quivering because I get cold. I have to reach for my blanket like an old lady. Yeah, I was noticing DIS standing out this morning. Yeah, this is much more bullish than PLTR, but now I know what you're saying. You were saying that DIS is holding yesterday's low like PLTR. Yeah, DIS is not far from yesterday's close. If you turn it up, it sounds a bit funny. Okay, well, I'll work on that. Affirm is on my Queen of the Mountain list. Shocker, shocker. Me shorting Affirm. Hey, Shambu in India. I have a Yeti mic. I have a filter on it. I got the gatekeeper thingy. I don't know, or whatever you call that. I don't know. Y'all ready to get started? 1 second, I need to pull something up. All right. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on X and check us out at chartguys.com. And this Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, Joey Jungle Funk will be interviewing Devin and Trend. These are journeys of two seven-figure traders that turn five-figure amounts into seven figures and how they did it. They are just amazing traders. They're part of our community and I love them to death. So that is going to be fun. And that link is in chat here. It's a free webinar. Let's see. Well, it was here. There it is. I'm going to pin it to chat. So it'll be at the top if you want to just click on that link so you'll have it ready to go Thursday. That is going to be fun. Speaking of fun, let's go look at charts. The most fun of them all. Okay, when we look at ES on the 12 hour, I know the fib lines get a little busy. I should make them not as white, or the opacity down or something like that so they're not so busy. But as you can see, we're holding 51.20.50. It's the 0.382 that makes this a potential 12-hour bull flag. We need to hold this area. We broke it by $3. So ES is holding up a little bit better than NASDAQ. As you can see, NASDAQ hit the 12-hour 12 EMA and hit the 50% retrace. What significance does that have? On the next bounce, a higher high is not guaranteed because of the size of the retracement. It tells us probabilities. ES is still keeping probabilities in its favor to possibly get a higher high. I gotta go put this back on my chart. Drive me crazy. I don't know why the lines do that. That bothers me, TradingView. If you're out there listening, tell me why it does that. Okay, so we lost the hourly 50 MA, which I like to affectionately call the Great Wall of Louisiana, and we are down into lower low areas. On the hourly and the 4 hour, we are in a downtrend. But there is no harm, no foul, as long as we hold 5060, that we have enough room for a daily higher low. NASDAQ, we have enough room for a daily higher low compared to 17826. Semis were leading the way down earlier, but they have since recovered pretty well, actually. So NASDAQ, we're looking for 4 hour lower highs on the next bounce. 4 hour lower highs is the most likely scenario compared to 183775. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a spyware check. My computer just blacks out here and there. Okay. RTY. The Russell was a little bit stronger than SPY and QQQ. It still is, but it's just weak overall. So I guess a little bit stronger doesn't count. It's like horseshoes and hand grenades. Close doesn't count. Oh, and first dates. So we're looking for a 4 hour lower high on the next bounce on the Russell. And on the Dow, we're definitely looking for a 4 hour lower high relative to 39172 on the next bounce. And we are getting dangerously close to losing supports. We lost this one. The next one's 38892. VIX is spiffy. 4 hour trend change to the bulls. We need to get over 1415 to get a daily higher high. Let me mark it off for you right there. 1415, that would make a daily higher high for the VIX. Hang Seng was really red overnight. DAX is flat. We'll get back to Bitcoin. We just talked about the VIX. I want to talk about the dollar. The dollar is finally getting over the hourly EMAs, and we have an EQ. At the moment, oh, we're already losing them. Earlier when I looked at it, it was much stronger. Your next support, 103.835. And gold has been taking full advantage of dollar weakness. So let me go back to Bitcoin and then I'll get to gold. I'm all over the place today. Bitcoin tested the all-time high last night, hit 68,849.84. The all-time high is 69,000. We're still pretty close to that all-time high. It's still possible. What is this retracement? We retraced 50% of that move. So it's still possible to get the higher high, all-time high. There was a guy on CNBC this morning that said statistically the odds favored Bitcoin getting a new all-time high and then doubling within, it was something crazy, like doubling within 21 days. That would be $140,000. And they were like, can you please be careful? People are going to go mortgage their house based on this. And he's saying if you look at the prior data, when Bitcoin would get an all-time high, new all-time high, that's what it would do. It was double within such and such days. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying there is a lot of bull speculation out there. And the halvening this coming up, I think it has a lot to do with that as well, because there will be less supply, is my understanding. Ethereum had a better night than Bitcoin. It said, toot toot, it's my turn. Let me blow my horn. We have enough room for hourly high or low. Yes, I said that. We have enough room for a 4-hour high or low on the next pullback. So Ethereum is having its time in the sun. All right, getting back to gold. Gold needs its own spot. It needs its own show. Look at this. I love this monthly chart. I fell in love with it yesterday, and I know this has been forming for a really long time. It started back in March of 2022. So this has been forming for 2 years. I get it, but this squeeze and the way the momentum is picking up, I love it. 2171 is your next resistance. Oil is weak. If you watched the video last night, I was talking and in live stream yesterday in our room, I was looking for a 4-hour lower high on the next bounce with oil. Well, the bounce was so weak. That's it. That's all it got. So same thing goes today. Oil is a short on the 4-hour as long as this weakness persists. Look at these EMAs just beating up on price. We're becoming oversold. So I'd rather it bounce for another short opportunity. Nat gas is pretty flat today. That's not terrible considering how big of a day it had yesterday. But this still could be a weekly bear flag. And I know to go look for those weekly potential bear flags. When we see these tiny higher highs without follow through, what is that indicative of? A potential rising wedge, i.e. a potential bear flag. Okay. Apple is weak. We're down 2%. They had news about sales, iPhone sales being down in China, I believe. Really rough. Sorry, I was checking my messages. So this is based on news. I can't buy this gap down because RSI means less because this is news related. Apple will get a bounce one day. It's just, I guess, physics at this point. It will get a bounce, but we don't have to front run it. We want to buy on the right side of the V, the right side of the V. We need some semblance of a reversal from Apple to say, okay, we have friends with us on the trade. Amazon, potential hourly bear flag. We're gapping down on Amazon as well. And the Tesla trade I took yesterday, if you mark off the prior day low, 198.50 at open yesterday, I was live streaming and I took a Tesla short. Lord, if I only had those puts now. And as soon as we broke the low of Friday, I entered short and I just kept scaling out all the way to about right here is when I exited my last scale. Of course, Tesla just kept falling down, but it was on the loss of the prior day low. And you can keep it that simple. Apple yesterday. Friday's low was 17738. Does it get any cleaner than this, y'all? It's a clean, clear setup that I could teach a 15-year-old how to do this. When you break the low of the prior day and you're in a preceding downtrend, that is a short. That's a short on every day that ends in Y. So same thing with Apple yesterday. If you'd have taken the break of Friday, then you would have been sitting pretty. Okay, I got some country coming out. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. So Amazon's chart's not as bad as Apple. However, if we are unable to get through the low of yesterday, 17749, if we're unable to climb back above it and then we reject, that is a short signal. Nvidia is definitely not as neat and squared away with easy triggers. I have Nvidia as a Queen of the Mountain trade along with SMCI for back burner trades on the hourly. I can't wait for it. But Nvidia bulls are saying, no, 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 you're not going to get your gap down bears. And they have really reversed it, and now they are green. So Nvidia is fighting back pretty well. They just got another new all-time high yesterday. There is nothing bearish about new all-time highs. Nothing. So this is pretty bullish. Yes, we could be having a blow off top. And yes, there will be about umpteen billion bears waiting right here. Well, let me mark it with an emoji since I can't draw with the thing because of the magnet. Bears will be waiting right there for a top fish setup, and I don't blame them. I'll be top fishing there. However, right now, bulls have some momentum. We have a gap down market situation with SPY and QQQ, at least when I looked an hour ago. We have a gap down situation, and Nvidia is opening up green. It is relatively bullish. Tesla, weak, weak, weak. Yeah, this 2-week bear flag is confirming at this point. Where are you? There you are. This 2-week bear flag on Tesla is confirming at this point. They had news their Germany plant, they had to stop production or something like that. And it's just like bears are latching on to any reason they can to short Tesla. Same thing with Apple. Market's pulling back a little bit more than what bulls would like to see. We're giving up on that 12-hour bull flag area right now, and it's coming closer to that 50% retrace. Okay, Affirm. Okay, I'm taking that off my... I wanted to short Affirm because of this daily quad top, 39.51, 39.29, 39.37, 39.23. So basically this is I call this a broken slot machine where you have these repetitive ranges that continue to reject. So what I was looking for this morning, any push up on Affirm toward that 39 area is going to be another top fish setup. I just paused and hesitated because we're holding the low of yesterday. So I don't know that I want to short a name that's holding the low of yesterday when the market's gapping down. So I'm going to take that one off my list. However, I am going to set an alert for $39. ARM is weak. It is weaker than Nvidia. ARM has the lockup expiration expiring March 12th. That is a week from today, I believe, if my math is right. So this is a potential bear flag, and I like a top fish setup of yesterday's low, 137.75. As long as bears defend that as resistance, I like this short. This is probably the trade I'll be taking in our live stream, is if this holds and rejects, I will be taking ARM short. It's probably one of my number one picks. And it's a technical setup where we're losing the low of yesterday, but it has a fundamental news catalyst hanging over its head with this lockup period expiring, so it's heavier than SMCI and Nvidia. Doesn't mean it'll remain heavy, but as long as it's behaving as it is now, technically, I'm going to trade it to the short side. Mara is a tricky setup. I like Mara for reverse back burner top fish setups, meaning to short 5 and 15 minute overbought conditions, but only if Bitcoin's not hitting new all-time highs. If Bitcoin's hitting new all-time highs, I'm going to stay away from shorting any of the miners. All right. So, but Mara stays on my short list, and you can replace short with a bad word, my SHIT list, because of these freaking offerings it keeps doing. Whew, that's a big loss, daily dose. Your sizing, that's a problem. Yeah, what MG's telling you, yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so PANW. So PANW, oh, what am I doing? I don't want to be on this chart. That was ARM. I want to be over here. PANW. On the daily, we had a magnificent bounce, and then we found out Pelosi had bought calls. This thing just went gangbusters, all right? It hit the daily 50 MA and rejected. pulled back. It's retraced about 55% of this move. A daily high or low is the more likely scenario. We are holding the low of yesterday. So I like PANW for a low of yesterday bottom fish setup, looking for a daily high or low. And SMCI, I am looking for a top fish against 1155 or an hourly back burner. You see, yeah, SMCI is weaker than Nvidia. It went red and staying red, and Nvidia went green. Okay, so those are my Queen of the Mountain trades. I see a question on Chewy. We've made enough room for a daily high or low on Chewy on the next pullback. Yeah, I could see how you'd be looking for a top fish against 1803, but then I'm reminding myself, hey, this name is holding the low of yesterday and other names aren't. We don't have to pick on this one for a short, so I don't like it as much. Thank you, Dropping Dimes. I always appreciate information. I really do. Thank you. It's bearish, Dropping Dimes. I read all the news releases on Mara, and they reported they had like 1 billion or 2 billion on cash on hand, and then they have to raise 1.5 billion. It's like, what do you need the money for when you say that your future mining is going to just go up? That made no sense. But anyway, they're diluting shares. Yeah, I just think it's a trash company, but that's probably an opinion I need to keep to myself. Fat in Nike. $98.70 is the level to hold. $98.70 for a potential weekly high or low. This name looks weak. It is gapping down. NEM. NEM is bouncing. It is in the gold space, which gold is going haywire. It's not, you have enough room for a daily high or low on the next pullback, and that's what I'm waiting for GDX. Is I'm waiting for a pullback. I guess I'll be waiting for a while, but it's approaching resistance of 29.14. I want to put that alert. All right, well, I am done with the show. I'm going to go get ready and kick off the live stream for our members in chat. Don't forget about the video the webinar Thursday with 5-figure traders that have turned their account size to 7-figure traders. Joey will be interviewing them at 5 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, and that link is pinned in chat right there. You're not going to want to miss that. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day and use stop losses.